Welcome to What Living Means. I'm Vanessa Jasinski. It's been said that talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. Access to a quality education is the launchpad to your career. Scholarships are more than just financial assistance. They're the bridge that connects ambitious students to their wildest aspirations, regardless of their background or financial situation. In this episode, we're exploring Yes Community's Building Futures program, which is designed to uplift those who dare to dream and strive for greatness. We'll hear from Yes's regional manager, Mark Adams, about how Building Futures is paving the way for a new generation of trailblazers. And later, we'll catch up with Kahir Brown, a 2022 Building Futures recipient now studying at San Diego State University. Whether you're a student seeking a life-changing opportunity, a mentor looking to make a difference, or simply someone who believes in the transformative power of education, this episode is for you. So, hey, Mark, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. I know you very well because I've worked with you for quite some time, and I'm so excited to have you on our show today to talk about the Building Futures scholarship program that we have here at Yes Communities. And you've been so instrumental in this program because you're also on our scholarship and education committee. So just to get started, tell us a little bit about who you are, what brought you to Yes, and what you do and what your role is here at Yes.
Thank you for having me. I've been in the regional role in the MH property management now going on, I believe, 14 years. I spent 10 years at our competitor and the last coming up 4 years here at Yes. Absolutely love what I do. I love helping residents find their way in the properties themselves. I love what the culture of Yes holds, and I preach that when I'm out on property with my managers.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's all about community, and that's the topic today. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. But can you explain to the audience a little bit about what the Building Futures program is? How long have we been doing it for, and what is the purpose of this program?
We have a scholarship committee that reviews and awards over $37,000 worth of scholarships each year. We look at an applicant's GPA, their letter of recommendation. They have to do a written essay, and then they do a final interview with the committee, and then the committee makes the decision on who is awarded the scholarships.
Yeah, and the scholarships are, what, is it $2,500 per each scholarship?
Yes, we do 12 $2,500 scholarships that go to Yes residents or to their children. We do 2 scholarships of $2,500 to Yes employees' children. And then we do 1 $2,500 scholarship to a current Arupe High School student.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's such a great thing. And I know over the course of the program, I think we started this program 4 years ago. So we're in our 4th year. But it sounds like every year we're just increasing the amount of scholarships. So that's great. You've been on the scholarship committee for about how many years? I think you're on your 2nd year?
This is my 2nd year, correct.
Yeah, I bet that's a really rewarding process, though, to see applicants coming in, and it's competitive. And $2,500 is a lot this day and age, especially for any sort of education sort of assistance. But what are you guys looking for?
It's very hard to do it because you're looking at the whole picture of that person. You know, are they putting forth the community effort? You know, it's not just about the GPA. You'll spend a lot of time reading some of the essays and some of the stories of, you know, they had a very rough childhood and school is their relief. It's where they go and you see them excelling. So it's pretty tough. I try to look at it from my standpoint. I don't necessarily want to give the scholarship to the 4.0 or the 4.5 GPA person. I want to see that person who has a B that is busting their butt and doing everything they can to get to the next level
because
they're the ones that appreciate it more.
Yeah. I didn't know you could get a 4.5. I don't think I ever got anywhere close to that. So I didn't realize 4.5 was possible, but who knows? I've been out of school for a long time.
Right.
But that's really rewarding, though. I think to be able to identify, residents, kids, team members that, they're all around just good people and they're trying to build upon their educational goals. I think that's amazing. Now, how does this program really fit into Yes's company mission?
Well, when you look at the mission statement coming from one person, one family, one home, and one community at a time, our mission with Yes is to create communities where the residents are proud to call that community home. So the Building Futures programs helps maximize individuals' potential, one person at a time, in their educational future. So the two of those tie right into each other.
Yeah.
We're trying to provide the best community for them to live in, and in turn, we want that best resident. So if we can help people become better, it's a win-win for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've seen so many kids throughout the years that, we've seen so much success with the kids that have applied. I mean, I think we had one student who went on to medical school. So a lot of kids that are really taking advantage of this program. And I know we did a podcast because it's not just the scholarship program that we do, but in our communities, we have a lot of programs. And our first podcast was on Valley Brook, and it's one of our communities where we actually run a tutoring center out of the community. And I know that happens across many of our communities.
Especially in the summertime, it could be a lunch program where the school is still providing lunch to children that are in need, throughout the summer. Or like you said, it's tutoring programs. We try to keep the communities open for those, especially in the summertime. The kids, they still want that education and they still need that assistance. So, what better way of us providing a space where they can do that?
Yeah, and that's great, especially in the summer. Now that we're coming up on the summer and it's my son's last day of school, I kind of want to send him to one of these programs in our community. So I'm going to see which community can take them for the summer because, it is a lot of work. They're out of school, after school programs, but they still need to keep up with their education.
Yep.
And providing that in our communities alongside the scholarship programs, just incredible. So I know we talked about how the program has grown since its inception. So tell me a little bit more, like, why is it growing? Do you think it's going to continue to grow in the future? Tell me more about that.
I would love for it to continue to grow. I think it's something that, being a part of Yes, I think that's part of our job is to continue to give back to the residents and the children within the community. I think that's the right thing to do for us. Looking back at when I first came aboard, my first year as a regional, I was able to award a child within one of my communities the award. And then the next year I got to be a part of the scholarship committee. So I'm in my second year and I think it's my last year, but I've asked if I can continue to be a part of this, to continue to see it grow and be an advocate from the corporate side of it to keep pushing this forward. I think it's something that we need to do.
So tell me about the scholarship that you awarded last year. Who received it? What was their story?
She just graduated high school. This was down at Winchester Trails in Goshen, Indiana. She wanted to go on to medical school. So we actually we set it up with her parents first, went to her house, surprised her with the big $2,500 check. We had flowers and balloons for her, and then we actually video recorded it. And she was just blown away that she was getting money with scrambling for how she was going to pay for college. It was that relief off her shoulders, knowing that probably most of that first semester was paid for. So it was a relief for her, and it was rewarding.
I think we're coming up on our scholarship submission deadline here right around the corner. But what would you say is the best part about running the program? Is it, connecting with residents, seeing all the applications? Is it the part of delivering the scholarship? What's your favorite part about the program?
I think the most rewarding part is obviously reading the essays and reading of what they're doing. As I mentioned before, the time they're spending in the community, whether it's the jobs they have or whatever part they're doing in the community. That's pretty cool to see. But when you actually knock on their door and you're there to surprise them with, that's the biggest, it's like Christmas all over again, right? I think for me, that's the most rewarding part of it. You're seeing, we've gone through the interview process. They're the final candidate. They've won it. They won that scholarship, and to be able to present them, I think for me, that's the biggest piece. It's like Christmas.
Thank you so much, Kahira, for coming on to the What Living Means podcast. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself, Kahira. Where do you live?
I live in Southern California, in San Diego, around Chula Vista, and I go to San Diego State University. That's where I'm studying at the moment. I'm actually going into my sophomore year. Finished strong with my first year with A's and B's.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit of what you're studying.
So what I'm going to study is music technology and audio design. Listening and try to mix, joining classes that really kind of help me out with that, with productions. That's what I'm doing. And as of the summer, I'm actually joining community college just to take care of some general ed credits.
That's exciting. And it's so cool that you're blending your passion for music with your education. Tell me, what do you want to do with that career in music?
I'm hoping that in the future I get to work in studios. Hopefully I get to do film score and video game score and really help with the audio design and processing and interactive video games. I'm doing a job now at a church where I'm doing sound engineering and helping mix that, so it's really good practice as well.
Now, sound engineering, because that sounds really technical. Anything with engineering always scares me a little bit because I was never good at math or engineering. So tell me, what is the engineering part of it? Is it just using technology to make the music and the different sounds?
It's a little bit of both. It's like you said, it was the math. One of the classes I've been taking was more specific on microphone theory, how it works, what should be used for certain situations, and all that other stuff. And the other part of it is the technology. It's kind of that combined, going through both how much audio power do I need for these environments and doing those calculations. How do the acoustics of a certain room affect the way I sound and come through in certain audio qualities. And so it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
Wow. So you noticed I had microphone issues. So we'll definitely hire you because my microphone is never right. And then we actually are doing our first podcast out of our studio room. So you'll see we actually have some soundproofing in here.
Okay.
So this is all the stuff that you're talking about that you're familiar with. So we're excited about you moving into that profession and you know, there's a lot of it out there that, I mean, it's such a relevant area of study and a professional path. So that's awesome. So you said you're at San Diego State, right?
Yes.
So you're in Southern California. So how do you not get caught up in, you know, going to the beach and not going to class? I mean, I always wonder about that. My husband went to college in Southern California, and I was like, did you go to the beach all the time? Did you surf? And he was like, he kind of looks like that Spicoli guy, that one of those characters from Ridgemont High. Mm-hmm. And he said, nope, I loved going to school. I loved going to class. I didn't even think about the beach. So are you the same way?
Yeah, I'm pretty, I guess I would say self-reserved or introverted. So I'm not really out doing all the exciting things that a lot of people would be doing in California. I'm more of a stay-at-home, I'm going to get some work done type thing, and then I'll just...
You are just like your dad.
Yeah, so that's mainly the reason I kind of stay focused on my work is just I'm so reserved. So
yeah, and I think with that kind of a profession that you're going to get into, you're going to be able to do a lot of things and see the world and see a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
So why not buckle down, study hard, and focus? What are you hoping to achieve in your career? I mean, I know, so how long is this program? Are you going to be there till your senior year? And then is it a 4-year program?
It's a 4-year program, hopefully to my senior year. What I'm hoping to achieve in my career is just to really give my perspective and taste of music and put it into movies or games going forward.
Now, what is your music taste? I'm curious.
I'm pretty open-eared. I will listen to some jazz. I will listen to rap. I'm all over the place. So I try to stay open-eared so I can really get a perspective on why people like this, and then kind of listen to them some more. I will go do deep dives into albums that I've never heard of or haven't heard in a while, and just, yeah.
So who is your favorite musician or album?
At the moment, because it just changes every moment, but at the moment I've been listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder, so I've been...
Oh, I love Stevie Wonder.
I've just been binging all of his music, I guess is the best way I can go.
I know you were part of the Yes Community's Building Future Scholarship Program, and we were so excited that you applied and you actually won. So when did you win again? Was it last year in 2022?
It was around 2022. It was towards the end of my senior year, and it was to set up for my first year of college.
And that probably helped out because, college is not cheap.
Yeah, it really did. It really helped me kind of just focus more on the schoolwork and less on paying it off.
Oh, that's fantastic. I know, just going through that Building Futures scholarship, what was the process? What did you do? I know we offer it to residents, but we also have the ability for our employees or team members, children, to apply. So what was your dad like, hey, you should really apply, or was it something you kind of heard about and you're like, you know what, that's a good idea?
It was exactly that. My dad came to me and he said it wouldn't hurt to try to apply for some scholarships at Yes Communities. And so he sent me some links. I applied, and then I got an email for a little interview process that we were going to do. And he sat right next to me as we kind of interviewed, and he was as the interviewer was asking me questions about my time in high school and all that. And then that was the process in general.
So when you were notified, were you just so ecstatic? I mean, I know there's quite a few people that applied.
I was excited. Wow, I can't believe I got the email, and I was like, Mom, I got another winners.
What is one of the coolest projects that you've worked on? Is there something where you're like, I know I'm doing the right thing? I know this is where I should be.
So one of the coolest projects that I worked on was actually one of my music classes in my first semester. It was for a final. And so we had the option of making a music video or performing live or making a music DJ set for them to add to a DJ mix. And so what I went with was a music video, and I was learning how to use another software like Photoshop and Adobe products in general. And so I had made the song. And then what I had done was I edited myself performing into the background of a video game, just in different areas.
That is so awesome. So when you made the mix and you blended everything together, you get to be creative and use technology, and you get to blend the two, which is awesome.
So my goal since this year is kind of coming to a close and I'm going into the next year, I guess for the summer in between time, my goal is just to really expand my knowledge on those factors. It's really know those different areas, like the audio and the camera work and visuals, animations, and all that, just to really get a good grasp of it. So that way I have more to add to my resume and, to add in general, saying that I know a list of things, not just this and this specific area. So that way I have a higher chance of getting hired for things.
Well, we're going to promote you. We're going to promote the heck out of you here. So what would you recommend for anybody listening to this podcast, about building futures or any opportunity really around scholarship ability? I mean, college is expensive. What would you say?
I'd recommend that they should try to apply for Building Futures. It really will help, and honestly any scholarships as well, but Building Futures would help just kind of ease your first year, especially if you're going to your first year of college where you just want to focus on work and not the financial stuff. Because I know people who are doing hybrid and having a hard time finding that balance. And I know that especially for the first year of college, you want to just kind of focus on work, get a grasp of what you're going for here. And Building Futures really helped me do that. You should just take the shot at applying for the scholarship. Applying for scholarships don't hurt. Yeah, that's all I could say.
Well, Kier, good luck to you. Tell your dad he's awesome. He's the coolest dude ever, and we miss him here in Denver.
I will. I'll put in the word.
But keep up all the great work. We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to What Living Means. If you are interested in learning more about the Building Futures Scholarship Program, please visit yescommunities.com/buildingfutures. I'm Vanessa Jasinski, and I'll see you next time.